I don't know what I'm serving. You know what? I'm serving Kloee Taylor vibes. That's what I'm serving. More like what am I doing? Mercury's in the microwave and I feel crazy. It's fine. I am protected, well respected. Okay, we know. I haven't sat in front of the camera in a minute and it's fine. Anybody else feel rowdy? I feel so rowdy. It's just an energy today, I think. Hello there, beautiful pumpkins, and welcome back to the Pumpkin Patch. If you are new here, hello. My name is Kloee Taylor, and on this channel, I believe that we have one of the most cozy, autumnal, vibey corners of the internet. So if you like the way that I read, you want videos like this every single month in your inbox so you can get the monthly energy from the astrology and from the tarot, then definitely make sure that you hit that subscribe button, become a member of the Pumpkin Patch. You will not regret it, my friends. Now, I also want to let those of you know that are unaware, maybe this is your first time here, hello. I do have a Patreon where you get videos like these early, as well as weekly energy updates. Sometimes we talk about astrology in those. It's usually a lot of tarot, but we cover astrology too. You get pick a cards that you can't get anywhere else, early access to anything that I create depending on the tier. We have a book club that we're doing now, all kinds of goodies on the Patreon, and it truly allows me to come here and create. So if you want to support me as a creator, it's a great way to do so. I also offer private readings on my website, KhloeTaylor.com. It's the only place that you can get a reading from me. I do restocks periodically. Definitely check it out. If anybody ever tries to solicit you for a reading, it is not me. I will never do that to you. You would have to come to me to my website. And I also have a podcast, Divine Authenticity, that puts out new episodes every single Tuesday. We talk about mostly a lot of like self-growth and inner work. So definitely check all of those things out. Links are going to be down below for you, but let's go ahead and get into this video, this Gemini season video. So Gemini season starts today, May 20th. That's when this video is supposed to be going out. So if it's on time, today is the start of Gemini season. I like to do these based off of the astrology. I know we're calling it the June predictions because Gemini season goes into June. So they technically are June predictions, but the predictions start right now in the month of May. So May 20th, Gemini season dropping upon us. I will put the correct date of when Gemini season ends. It will be sometime around the end of the month of June, around the 20 something of June. It depends on what time the sun actually moves, but I will make sure I have that for you. But let's talk about the energy that we are stepping into. So we will have a new moon in Gemini on May 30th. This is going to be a new beginning in the areas of your life individually that I'll talk about in a moment, but May 30th, know that that is when that new beginning is coming. Then on June 3rd, we will have Mercury stationing direct. Mercury will not be in the microwave or in Gatorade anymore, and it will stop wreaking havoc on our communications. Now, I'm a firm believer that when it comes to retrogrades and directs, it's not meant for it to come and like ruin our lives, Mercury retrograde. It is giving us the opportunity to rethink an area of our life. So we have had Mercury in retrograde. It's already retrograde right now. It is extending in through June 3rd, and that is happening in the sign of Gemini. So we are rethinking things that deal with our thought process, our communication, our siblings, if you have them, social activity, interests, neighbors, early education, and all of those things. It's time to rethink. Short-term travel might be a little bit haywire as well, as Gemini deals with that. So just expect delays and expect having to rethink things. But we will have Mercury going direct very soon, June 3rd. We can expect to have those things start to dissipate. Then on June 4th, we have Saturn going retrograde. And Saturn retrograde, everybody has a different take on this. In my opinion, when Saturn goes retrograde, having experienced a lot of these in my lifetime, and especially now during my own Saturn return, those of you born between 1991 and I want to say like 1993, somewhere in there. The months obviously are a little bit different, but if you have Aquarius natally in your chart or Saturn natally in Aquarius in your chart, you've been going through your Saturn return for the last couple of years. You've been going through your Saturn return, and I honestly find that when Saturn goes retrograde, this is actually a time period where that energy eases up for you a little bit. We've been through a few Saturn retrogrades, I believe, during this transit, and often things don't feel as hard or as difficult. Things kind of slow down. You're not feeling pushed as hard. Saturn is our lesson learning planet. And so I find that often we're not feeling as pushed or as tense when it does go retrograde, especially if you're experiencing a return or a square or an opposition, which I can do a whole other video on that. I would encourage you to check out the Divine Venus's channel on like things to do with Saturn. She has a lot of wonderful content about that. A lot of the information that I know is just regurgitated information from her because she is such a plethora of knowledge. So I'm going to spare you the details on all of that. I would encourage you to go to her channel and check it out. And then on June 14th, we will have a Sagittarius full moon highlighting another area of your life. So we're going to go over what is like being made brand new and then what is kind of closing out in the individual readings. As always, I would encourage you to look at your rising sign above any other placement. Of course, your sun and moon are still going to matter because those still make aspects in your chart to these things. But I'm always going to encourage you, if you have your birth time, if you have your rising sign, if you know it, please, please, please look at these predictions for your rising. That is how horoscopes in tropical astrology are written. They are written for your rising sign. Even in the back of Cosmopolitan, when you are looking at horoscopes, they are written for your rising sign. And I could go on like a whole don't even get me fucking started on this, on why you need to be reading this that way. But as always, we talk about this every month. It's very important that you look towards your rising because everybody that is making horoscope predictions, that's really where the basis of it is. So make sure you're checking for your rising. If you don't know your rising, it's okay to look at the sun and moon. Just know that for the most accurate prediction, you want to look towards your rising. So those are some of the major transits that I wanted to point out to you, but we're going to go ahead and get into the individualized readings now. And we are going to start from the top, make it drop with my Gemini rising babies, sun or moon, but risings. Gemini risings, you are in your first house transit this month. And this is all about you, baby. This is you rebirthing. This is you moving forward in an area of your life. This is you getting very clear on your vision for the future, on yourself. You might find that you're really into creating new things, new content, creating new routines for yourself. This is a great brand new beginning for my Gemini risings or Gemini placements. Things feel really expansive and really good. You are literally rebirthing after a period of having to take a lot of stock on your life last month. And for you, we have the cards. For your oracle, this is really interesting that my Gemini risings are getting this. We have nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. And I feel like one of you got this card last month. That maybe was even you, Gemini. But with nothing will come of this situation, I actually look at this as a very positive thing where if you've been really stressed or worried about something coming to light that you don't want to come to light or come to fruition, this is spirit just reminding you that it doesn't have to, that this thing could literally be nothing and you are spending time worrying about something twice. Then we also have for you the Empress, which I love seeing the Empress for you, Gemini. The Empress is all about birthing new creations. The Empress is literally like the Earth Mother and birthing new creations into being. Now, some of y'all, I'm just going to throw it out there. If you are not trying to get pregnant, make sure you're taking extra precaution because the Empress can also predict pregnancy. And while we have so many planets running through the sign of Aries right now, I want to say Venus may not be in Aries anymore. I did not check the Venus transit, but Jupiter is in Aries and there's a lot going on there. And I want to say it was also the Divine Venus. And I totally agree with her opinion on this. Everybody this summer is either getting divorced or they're getting pregnant. So just saying, be careful out there, especially having the Empress as your card for this month. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Make sure that you are taking good care of yourself, accepting this good energy that's coming in. And during that full moon in Sagittarius, you're also going to be feeling your 7th house of relationships being activated. So this is where we're starting a new chapter in our relationship with people in contracts as well. So just be advised, it's a good time as Mercury is now direct, so contracts are going to work a lot better for you. So moving on to my Cancer risings. If you are a Cancer rising, you are going through basically your inner world right now. You are wanting to slow down. You're going through a winter period. Next month, you will be rebirthing and having a really exciting time in the month of July, like late June, early July. But this month is really a time period for you to slow down and work on your inner world. Take stock, ask yourself what you want, who you want to become. I would actually encourage those of you that really don't know where to start with that process to check out the book, When You're Ready, This Is How You Heal by Brianna Weiss. Oh my gosh, Mercury is in retrograde right now. I will link this book down below for you if you're interested. Also, if you do join my Patreon, we're going to be reading a book by Brianna Weiss in the book club this month. So make sure that you join so you can come and be a part of those discussions. If you enjoy her work, it is work that has been life transformational for me. And they're very easy reads, usually pretty short books, except for the 101 essays. That one's quite long. But this book, there is a section in that book that helps you to build your own identity of who you want to become and helps you to take stock. And it's just like one little small section in the book, but it was something that was very eye-opening for me. So if you're struggling with that, I would encourage that book. It's a great read when you are struggling to find out who you are and uncover yourself and what your truths are, because this is what you're going to be doing this month, Cancer. So then during the full moon in Sagittarius, you are going to be hitting upon your 6th house of routines, daily routines, work ethic. This might all come to a head for you and you realize that you haven't been taking care of yourself and you need to start. So just pay attention to those things. We also have for you the answers you need are coming with the full moon in Gemini, which we will have that new moon in Gemini. The new thing that's coming into your life is that like rest and retreat. So the answers are going to come during that early on in the month. We also have the 5 of Swords, and I want to just encourage you, Cancer, that this might be a difficult time for you, but you need to. And I know, trust me, I have a Cancer stellium in my chart. I know the sensitivities and how deep Cancer runs. And with the 5 of Swords, people might have an issue with your boundaries this month. You need to set them anyways. I know that that's hard, Cancer. You want to be this bleeding heart for the world. You have to be a bleeding heart for yourself right now and literally remove anything in your life that is not in alignment with that. And people may come to challenge that, but you don't have to listen or respond or participate. So just know that this is a very transitional time for you. Next month is going to be a lot more exciting, but just take care of yourself. All right, moving on to Leo. Leo, you are in your 11th house this month, and the new beginning you are experiencing is going to be in your friendships, in your relationships, and possibly in travel. Like the 11th house does deal with travel a little bit, as well as your hopes, your dreams, and your wish fulfillment. So you're getting a new beginning in that sector of your life. You're starting again. You're allowing yourself to believe a little bit more. And what else is that? I have some notes over off the side. This is also about like having social awareness, technology, and thinking towards the future in a positive way. This is going to be very beneficial for you. You might not see these things take immediate effect until after Mercury goes direct, as during that new moon in Gemini, Mercury, Gemini's ruling planet, will still be in retrograde. So you might not see these things really start to move forward until June 3rd, but ultimately this is a new beginning of your hope for the future. And during the full moon on June 14th in Sagittarius, you are going to be dealing with your 5th house of creativity. So if you have not been giving yourself time to create, have not been connecting to your inner child, this is a time period where you are going to want to really be prioritizing that. This can also be a full moon that hits us at an aspect where it can sting if we have some uncovered like childhood stuff we haven't looked at. It can hit as kind of a hard point, but ultimately this moon comes to expand that. It comes to expand that and to give you that deep love, connection, and appreciation that inner child part of you really needs. So Just pay attention to those. We also have for you step out of your comfort zone with the North Node and the Princess of Cups. So I find this really interesting because this Princess of Cups in this deck in particular, she's actually on her phone. She's like holding her phone and texting people. And I feel like you are going to be feeling a lot more social this month. If you've been really cocooned up the previous month and like focused on your own stuff, this is the month where you're coming out of that. You're a lot more open to communication. You're a lot more open to others. And with step out of your comfort zone, this is about like, don't play small. Playing small doesn't help anyone, not even yourself. The North Node is all about following your true North Star and letting yourself dream and believe big. So let yourself do that this month, Leo. I feel like honestly, Leo doesn't really have a hard time doing that for the most part, depending on like your chart, your circumstances. But Leo risings at their core are pretty good at loving themselves and giving that energy to themselves. So good luck this month, Leo. We are going to go ahead and move on to a Virgo. If you are a Virgo rising, you are going to be going through your career house this month. So during the new moon, you can expect a new beginning in your career and how you manage your work life. This sometimes can come in as new careers if you've been looking for that, a promotion. Sometimes it can also come with a boost of income in your work as well. It just deals with the career and new things coming in for your career. During the full moon on June 14th in Sagittarius, you will be looking at your fourth house of home and family. There is going to be a culmination, a grand climax, or something finishing up with your family life. This can be a new home, a move, things changing with family. Family dynamics changing. There's definitely something about family for you. This month is all about that dynamic balance between work and family and creating balance between them because you're dealing with these different houses that dictate those things. So for you, we also have the Ace of Swords, and we have look at the bigger picture with full moon in Sagittarius, which is the full moon we're going to be in. So Virgo, first and foremost, speak your truth into existence. Speak your desires into existence. Whenever I see an Ace of Swords, this is a call to action that whatever is coming into your mind up here, especially as a Virgo, because y'all are very mind and analytical centered, especially as a Virgo placement, you need to start speaking those intentions out loud and looking at the bigger picture. Maybe this is you dreaming up your dream home and believing that it is yours, thinking of what you want your family relationships to be like. Maybe you don't have a good relationship with your family members, but you want to create that space on earth, either for your family or create your own family and whatever that means to you. Just look at the bigger picture of what that could create for you. And I think it's going to be a good time, honestly, Virgo. Moving on to my Libra risings. Libra, you're going to be going through your 9th house of travel, as well as expansion. And this is actually really cool because we have Aries moving through right now, which is like expanding on this anyways. We have Aries moving through Jupiter, which having a fire sign in Jupiter when you're going through a fire sign transit, which you will be in that 9th house of expansion, this is a very like blessed opportunity to possibly travel, expand yourself when it comes to adventure and travel in some way. So this could be short-term travel, but often it's more long-term based. This also is a good time for you to expand your knowledge. So picking up books that interest you, picking up courses, studying something new. Your mind is asking to be expanded. So just get something that really stimulates your mental intellect. We also have for you the cards. Conclusions are within reach with the full moon eclipse, which we're actually going through a full moon eclipse on... We would have just gone through it when this video goes out, May 15th, early morning 16th. We're going through a full moon eclipse in Scorpio. So this might have been an eclipse that bleeds into the next month for you. So I would say, Libra, just pay attention as to what this eclipse was hitting for you. I want to say for you, it would have been hitting your 8th house of Scorpio. So this could have been like a doozy for you. And if that is the case, know that the conclusions from that eclipse, they are going to be coming for you this month. You're going to understand why those events had to take place, whether they are for the best or not. And we also have the 2 of Swords. And this to me really says that there are going to be options presented to you at this time, and it might seem like it is a very difficult choice to make, but Spirit always comes through with this 2 of Swords to tell you you have to make a choice, or the universe will make it for you. And sometimes that choice is not the most favorable one that we would have preferred, so you need to be the person making the choices. And you will have a full moon in Sagittarius going through your 3rd house of communication on the 14th. So I will say at least Mercury is direct, so communications should go smoother. But because this is happening in your full moon sector, or like the full moon is happening in your 3rd house sector, for you, this can make communication be very like expansive. It can close chapters for you and open new ones. So just pay attention to how you are expanding in the realm of communication, as well as in your mental intellect, your higher learning, your knowledge. This can also come through as big spiritual awakenings. Whenever we have Sagittarius energy, especially building off of Scorpio energy for you specifically, this can come as like big spiritual realizations for you, Libra. So take care of yourself out there. Good luck. We're going to go ahead and move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, you are going through your 8th house of spirituality, occultism. I honestly expect that this will be a good time for Scorpio, because you're going to be in your home like house, basically. Scorpio likes the 8th house. It natally rules the 8th house. So this is all about like secrets, mystery, spirituality, occultism. And for you during this new moon, you're getting a new beginning within that. And during the full moon in Sagittarius, you will be moving through your 2nd house of Taurus. I honestly feel like Scorpio, you're getting a little bit of a repeat of last month, only because we did have the eclipses happening in your 1st and 7th house. We had your 7th house in Taurus. Is that right? Excuse me. That's not right. We had the eclipses happening in your 6th house and your 12th house. That was what was happening. Apologies. Camera cut off. We have the eclipses happening in your your 2nd and 8th house, because last month they were happening in your 6th and 12th house. But I feel like because this is happening in your 8th house and you had a lot of Scorpio energy going into last month, you're just going to kind of get a little bit more of that. But as a Scorpio rising, I honestly think this is going to be a welcomed thing. It's going to be a building block upon which you continue to move through the world. So I honestly expect for Scorpio, even though it has been a lot, this is a time period that is moving you forward in your own life and creating newness in your life where it has needed to happen. Now, during the full moon on June 14th, you will be going through your 2nd house transits, or like you'll be closing chapters on your 2nd house, basically, which is all about like finances, financial security, stability. You're going to be getting something that is changing in that sector of your life for you. And the cards that we have for you are good enough with the full moon in Virgo and the Emperor. So you're getting this like motherly and fatherly aspect coming through for you, Scorpio. And I actually like this. I think if you have been working on building something new, this is a really good sign that you're going to actually start to feel like your own boss of something. You're going to start to feel like the things that you have been building for the last little while are making sense. And the hardest part of this transit is going to be believing that you are worthy and deserving of this. So really start to work on the inner self this month, Scorpio. Pay attention to your inner workings, eradicate those beliefs that you basically keep you from feeling like you are the most worthiest bitch on the planet, because you are deserving, Scorpio. You deserve good things. This is like your year. Taurus and Scorpio are doing the most this year, and especially Taurus, but Scorpio too by proxy. So just accept the good things that are in your life right now and know that you made these things happen. Like, this was for you. You are good enough to receive them. I do feel like things might even start to happen kind of quickly for you. So, accept it, embrace it, let yourself have it. Gemini season is going to go off. Moving on to Sagittarius. Hey, squad. We are making money this month, let me just tell you. We'll talk about the cards in a second. Hello, family. I'm a Sagittarius rising. You're a Sagittarius rising, most likely, if you're listening. Hello, squad. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We honestly deserve the cute shit that, as Marin Altman would say, we deserve the cute shit that is coming for us this summer. I feel like we are having a very fire dominant summer, and anybody with a fire placement is capitalizing on that good ass energy, and we are fire dominant people. So this is going to be a good time. We also have Aries moving through, Jupiter moving through the sign of Aries right now all summer long. And for us with fire sign placements, we love this shit. We eat it right up. This is a good time for Sagittarius, for Leo, for Aries, for all of us that have those fire risings. This is like a beautiful time where we have a lot of awesome things happening for us, expanding us, opening us up more, blessing us with abundance. So basically more pleasure, more money, more childlike joy, more excitement. Now we are also going through our 7th house transit this month. We have a new chapter beginning in our relationships. Now this could be a romantic relationship or a business partnership. A new leaf is being turned over and something new is coming within that. Now, I think it was Virgo that I talked to. Maybe it was actually Leo that I talked to. No, I actually think it was Gemini that I mentioned this to. Not that that matters, unless you're attached to somebody with a lot of Gemini placements. I want to say that it was the Divine Venus that quoted this, so this is not just from me directly, but summer, everybody's getting divorced or pregnant. Like, that's just the summer vibe we are moving into. Now, obviously, if you're in a wholesome, committed relationship, you're not looking to get pregnant. It's meant to be more playful than that. You know yourself better, but I do feel like Sagittarius, keep in mind, especially as you're going through a relationship transit, if you are not trying to get pregnant, please make sure that you are taking the appropriate precaution as much as humanly possible, because this could be a time period where that just pops off for you. So just keep that in mind. And then during the full moon on June 14th, you will actually have a full moon in your sign, Sagittarius. So this is a chapter on your identity, on who you are, who you have become over the last 6 months. And honestly, Sagittarius, I'm getting the chills when I'm saying this because I'm a Sag rising, so I'm very connected to this energy. We're actually getting the crescendo, the grand climax of a chapter that has been really fucking hard. And I don't know why nobody in astrology is talking about this. I feel like I'm the only person I've seen mentioning it. The last eclipse seasons that we had prior to this year, they were all happening in Sagittarius and Gemini. And if you were a Sagittarius rising last year, you had the South Node crossing your identity for like 18 months straight. We had this energy all up in our business. And this could have created a lot of identity crisis. This could have created a loss of self to where you don't even feel like you recognize yourself anymore. And this is the full moon where we finally close that fucking chapter. We are done with her. We are into the new chapter. It's a beautiful and blessed time. And we get to actually start to build this new chapter. And you maybe have already been seeing this happening with these new eclipses that have come through, but this is where we really close that chapter and we move on completely. So I think this is going to be a beautiful and blessed thing for Sagittarius. I'm looking forward to it. We also have the 8 of Pentacles for Sag, which, like I said, we're just getting paid. We're just getting paid this month. I think, again, weren't we getting paid last month too? We're just getting paid this month. And this is all about creating and working on things that give us pleasure, enjoyment, fulfillment, honoring our own craft, and allowing ourselves to be paid what we believe that we are worth. So make sure you're working on those values. And we also have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. We love a Sagittarius card for a Sagittarius rising. This is all about literally being in your expansive, abundant, lucky ass energy. So this literally is just like a from Daddy Jupiter. Daddy Jupiter said, here you go. You're just lucky and blessed. How does it feel to be God's favorite Sagittarius rising? Because literally we are blessed and beautiful. So thank you so much, Sag. I look forward to hearing about how your month went. I am anticipating a lot of good things. Moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn. I'm telling y'all, this is the third sign that I'm like, y'all are getting pregnant. So if you're not trying to get pregnant, be careful. But Capricorn, you are going through and starting a new chapter on your routines and your work ethic and your personal health. Around May 30th, you're going to start to feel this energy. By June 3rd, it's going to be in full effect. And Capricorn, embrace this summer. I know we talked about this last month, but this is your summer. Like, Capricorn deserves this. Capricorn has been going through this for the last several years. Y'all have been getting hit with the fucking hammer, and it is Capricorn's time. This is like your summer for cute, beautiful, amazing shit to happen for you. Like, if you're wanting a new career, this is when it's coming. If you are wanting more money, this is when it's coming. If you're wanting kids, this is when it's coming. Like, this is your summer to have the things that you desire. So all you need to do is believe that they're yours, because this is Capricorn's time to have beautiful gifts bestowed upon them. And during the full moon in Sagittarius, you will be going through your 12th house of mental health. The 12th house also deals with endings, healing, closures, solitude, karma, the afterlife, what's hidden, limiting beliefs, and your subconscious mind. So this is where we are overcoming a lot of those old fears, old beliefs, old paradigms, and we're stepping into the new. Now, the reason I was like, y'all just be getting pregnant, because we do have prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. We love that for Capricorn. Capricorn loves to make money. We're just getting paid out here. But we have the Lovers. And I felt when I pulled this card, this was less about your own shadow work, Capricorn. This was more about being in a loving, supportive relationship where children, prosperity, homes, more things are possible because you are in a committed relationship that is very supportive and nurturing of these things. So this might just be the summer that you meet that person that you start a family with, or get a dog with, or a fish, or whatever, buy a home with that person. Now, if you're not looking for that, you're not in a relationship, romance is not where you are right now. This is also the time period for you, especially this month, where you might be doing some shadow work, especially as you have a full moon hitting your mental health aspect and hitting that endings, healing, closure. You might find that during that full moon, you're wanting to kind of go inward a little bit more, work on yourself, work on your mental process. But ultimately, I see this month as a beautiful time for Capricorn. I think that there's a lot of good things in store for you. You're really going to be feeling your own energy. So this is just a build off of last month, which was already great. And then we have next up Aquarius. You're going to be going through your 5th house of childlike joy, creativity. This is also romance, love, affairs, play, self-expression. It can be drama, so be careful. But you're going through a time period now where you are getting a fresh new beginning in that sector of your life. Why do bright lights always make me sneeze? Oh, come on, just happened. Are we good? We need a little something. Hold up. So Aquarius, this is a beautiful time for you to experience that childlike joy and getting yourself back to a place of just remembering how good life can be. Like I said, it has the potential to ignite drama, so be careful with that. But ultimately, I think this is going to be a good time. We also have for you during the full moon, you will be in your 11th house transit, which is the transit that rules over friendship. So you can often meet friends at this time, new friends, get closer bonds with friends. This can also be a time where friends fall out of your life that that don't need to be in your life anymore. So just be aware of that as it approaches. Now, we do have the Queen of Pentacles for you for your month, which I love. And we have Take Time to Breathe Out with the Disseminating Moon. So this is a time period where you are allowed to honor that childlike joy. You have more time for it because you've worked really hard to be where you are. You've worked on your sense of stability. And because of that, you have more time to nurture yourself this month. So I love that for you, Aquarius. We're going to go ahead and move on to Pisces. Pisces, you are going through your 4th house transit, which is all about your home and family. You are getting a new chapter when it comes to your home. It could be an actual move. Maybe you're fixing to find a home or a new apartment or move locations. It also could be that your interpersonal relationships with family are getting shifted in some way. Something is changing. And then on June 14th, during the Sagittarius full moon, you will be releasing and letting go of beliefs around your career, around sustainability, how you are managing your finances possibly can come up, your long-term goals. There might be some things that you need to mourn or let go of as you create new dreams for yourself for the future. We do have for you the 9 of Pentacles, and adjustments are required. So I'm just going to say it like it is. I know Pisces always get pissed off when I say this shit, but I'm sorry. I know too many of you. And I observe. I know, like, and I also need to say this because I feel like I got a lot of flack last month from all y'all Pisces out there. If you have like Taurus in your 10th house or something, which you wouldn't, but like, let's say that you have Taurus somewhere really predominant in your chart. No, you're probably not going to be as lazy. You're going to be somebody that is really headstrong and pushes through. Or if you have Capricorn in your chart somewhere major, like obviously it's going to hit you a little different. But for the most part, people with dominant Pisces energy, you got to push them a little because y'all will just vibe in your own dreamland on a cloud 24/7. And I know too many Pisces that are like this. So I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shit on every Pisces. I'm just saying like, that typically Pisces is not somebody that is like super full steam ahead, wants to like go get running. Like, again, there are Pisces that are entrepreneurs. There are Pisces in the world that have goals, have dreams, and see those things through. I'm not saying that's not possible. I am saying Pisces' natural habitat is just like thriving in their own energy, chilling, relaxing on a dreamlike cloud. That's just who y'all are. Again, I think a lot of people got offended with that last month, and I'm not trying to be offensive. Like, there are Pisces that work, but that is not Pisces' dominant thing. And I will fight anybody that tries to tell me that Pisces are like workhorses. No, you're not. And it's funny because we even got the 9 of Pentacles for you. The 9 of Pentacles is about having enough abundance to create a lifestyle for yourself where you are able to rest more and take care of yourself financially. So this is like every Pisces dream, is to have that ability to do that, because Pisces is very imaginative, very intuitive, and the world needs your gifts. The world needs that aspect. This is why we have all the 12 signs of the zodiac, is because we all bring something so different to the table. And this is Pisces' strong suit, is allowing themselves to rest and receive. And honestly, more of us could use that. So Pisces, 9 of Pentacles energy. Here's the thing. In order to receive this, you are going to have to make some adjustments in your life. I know that that can be a little bit more difficult depending on what the rest of your chart looks like, but you are going to have to make some adjustments to see this all the way through. And Spirit is even telling you, as you're going through that 10th house full moon, where you're looking at your long-term goals, your long-term vision, you have to adjust it so you can get to this place, because what you're currently doing is not working. Then moving on to Aries. Oh, Aries, I feel like you're also the star this summer. Aries, this month, you are going to be going through your 3rd house of communication. So communication is going to be changing for you, especially as Mercury goes direct. You're going to feel that on June 3rd. But you will also be going through, during the full moon, your 9th house of expansion and abundance. So we are getting a new chapter in the way that we learn, in the way that you receive like an expanded consciousness. This can also bring up new things in spirituality for you, closing a door on one thing, opening a door on another thing in the realm of your like higher consciousness and spirituality and learning. I also want to say, Aries, because we have Jupiter moving through your sign for the next while, this is going to be a beautiful time for Aries. I feel like Aries is going to be very blessed. Y'all are going to be feeling some good energy this summer. I honestly feel like all fire sign mains are going to be feeling some type of way in a positive way, but y'all are getting that good energy this summer. So I'm very excited for you. We also have, I don't know if it's still there. I would actually have to like look at the transit chart. And before I started recording this, Mercury's in the microwave. I forgot to look when Venus moves out of Aries, but for a minute we have Venus in Aries as well. So we're also like receiving that good the way we like it, you know? I don't know why I say we, like the royal we. I'm not an Aries rising. But for your cards for the month, we have the moon and we have your commitment is being tested. So I would say with communication, expect that there might be some like very emotional points coming through. Expect that this could maybe be an emotional time period where you're receiving good things and you feel good about that, but you're also maybe having some conversations that are coming up that are making you feel some type of way. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be a really good thing, but your commitment is also being tested, in regards to how you want to shift and change, because after that eclipse season, we're all obviously shifting in new ways, but I feel like this month you're actually already being tested on those new commitments that you've made to yourself. This could also be just like testing your commitment to your own inner peace. I feel like the moon also talks a lot about like your inner world, your inner peace, and being very committed to that. So Aries, you know, just keep going with the flow. This is a good time for Aries. And finally, we are going to talk about my Taurus risings. Taurus. I know this is like the year specifically that Taurus is having a year. And I feel like that is whether you are a sun, moon, rising, anywhere that you have Taurus majorly in your charts, especially this year in particular, as we have the North Node crossing Taurus. This is Taurus's year to up level, to surrender, to change. Taurus doesn't like change. So, and I know because I'm a Taurus sun, Taurus does not like change. It's difficult for us, but ultimately, this right now, the end of a really tough cycle is actually approaching for you. You are going to be going through your second house at this time, which is your personal finance. You might be earning a little bit more money, getting an up level in your income during this transit. And during the full moon in Sagittarius on June 14th, you will be going through your 8th house, which is more of a spiritual rebirth. And you saw a lot of this last month, similar energy as we went through Taurus season. You saw similar themes popping up for you. It might have been taken a little bit more inward, a little bit more personal. This month, you're still working through those same things, but I don't feel like they feel nearly as intense because we do have the Four of Swords, which is the card of rest. You are being asked to rest, Taurus. Last month was hard. It was diabolical. It was doing the most. Taurus, you were feeling a little crazy. Just let yourself rest at this time. Let yourself come back to center. And also know that the end of a tough cycle approaches for you. We do have the full moon in Capricorn card coming out for you. And that is always an indication that you have been through it. That's why I said that. Like, I know Taurus, we already knew astrologically from last month, Taurus has been going through it, but the end of this cycle right now is coming to a close. We will have another eclipse season that will hit you in November, but you are going to get some peace in between. You're not just expected to be crazy for 18 months straight. So the end of this tough cycle approaches. Let yourself rest, give more to yourself, rest, retreats, and allow yourself to, ruminate in a little bit of that luxury. If you have a little extra spending money, get yourself that face mask, go get your nails done, do whatever it is that makes you feel good, that makes you feel luxurious, because Taurus really does love to feel luxurious. It's whatever luxury feels like to you. For some people, that is going to be wining and dining and doing the whole 9 yards. For you, it might just be as simple as getting like a pack of your favorite Skittles and watching Netflix. Whatever feels luxurious to you, Taurus, give that to yourself this month as you are being called to rest a little bit more as these changes take place and really root within you. But that is what I have for you, Taurus. You're the only one that probably gets to hear the ending because I don't do endings for every single sign. So thank you for listening in. Thank you so, so much for joining me. I hope you'll come back again next month for another prediction. Please do not forget, when you stand in your own authenticity, you empower everyone around you to do the same. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, where you can get exclusive access to readings, early access to these videos, and so much more. A book club that we recently started, which has been really fun. And don't forget to check out the podcast, available every Tuesday, Divine Authenticity. Links down below if you would like to book me for a private reading. That is also listed down below for you. And I also have my Instagram, my TikTok. I'm at Kloee Taylor. And is that everything? I feel like that is everything. Anywho, I love you so much, Pumpkin. Again, thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.